think at 147, it's more of a natural weight for me. I mean, look, Crawford is a great name in boxing. He's a very dangerous opponent. He's an opponent that is up there as one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. So I mean, that's the reason I'm taking it. I mean, look, I don't want to. I want to fight the best out there, and this is just going to motivate me to win this fight and work hard in this fight, because it's very hard when you fight in the likes of Vargas's, when you fight in the Legrecos, it's very hard to motivate yourself, because you know you're going to go in the ring and win the fight. When a fight like this is only going to motivate you, make you train and work hard, because you know that you're probably the underdog going into this fight. You have to keep up fighting. This is where legends are made. In a fight like this, where you beat a name like Crawford, who people are probably not expecting you to win, beating him, and then saying, everyone, see, I told you what I was going to do, and obviously then being remembered as a great champion. So this is probably my fight now, and I've always said this is probably my last chapter of my career. So this is the fight that is maybe going to make me that legend, give me that legendary status by beating Crawford, which is going to be hard, don't get me wrong. No fight is easy, but the motivation is going to give me knowing that he's a tough fighter and he's a big name, and he's been avoided by a lot of big names in the world. It's probably one of the in the 147-pound division, it'll probably be the hardest fight for me. In the 147-pound division, I'm unbeaten. Got some great fights in this division. It's my natural weight, what I'm happy making. So yeah, man, I think it's the ideal weight.
And do you have a response to fans that say you're ducking Brook for someone that's pretty much pound for pound?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know how people could say that I'm ducking Brook when I'm fighting someone who's a lot tougher, a lot harder, and it's for a little bit less money than I would have probably made against Brook. So, and it's not what Eddie said. Eddie said it's half. I would have got paid twice as much. Nowhere near double. Nowhere near.
I was
so,
having an argument with someone and I said,
yeah, no. I'll clarify that for you. It's nowhere near. It's only probably.
Do you find it disrespectful when people in a stage like this against a fighter like Crawford, if someone, when there were questions earlier from certain journalists that talking about Kell Brook and even mentioning his name when you're on a stage?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think it is quite disrespectful. But to be honest with you, the Kell Brook fight, is it going to happen? I don't know. I mean, end of the day, it's all that talking he's doing. He's talking himself out of the fight. You know what I mean? If he really wanted to fight, he'd be quiet and say the fight will come to him. But he's not doing that way. What he's doing is he's talking his way out of the fight. He's trying to be. He's talking all this trash where he's killing the fight. He couldn't even sell his own hometown arena when he fought in Sheffield. So that's one thing that's wrong. And then secondly, if I was to fight him in Wembley, I think I'd have to sell the fight on my own back. That's a lot more pressure on me. So I'm thinking, what is the gain? What's the gain on that? I mean, how do we know it's going to hit X amount of pay-per-views? You know what I mean? So, I mean, who knows? I mean, look, it might be that boat might have sailed. You just don't know. So I don't want to risk that and say, but when this fight comes, this is for a world title, it's against one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. So I thought, you know what, why not take that fight?
Final question.
Yeah, you're against Southpaws 100%.
Yeah.
And I believe so, they're great amateur. Is that why one of the main reasons you see yourself in the fight?
This will be more of like a stylistic fight. It'll be a lot of skills, hit, move, make him miss, keeping it long, keeping the jab going. He'll turn southpaw. If he just switches to southpaw, I'm a very good fighter against southpaws. Some people get put off against southpaws. I do well against orthodox, and I do even better against southpaw. So whatever he wants to do, I'm going to be ready for him.
I mean, one of your old fights that you fought against Canelo, we could now appreciate it now a little bit more because you have boxed him. Because we also against
no, I don't think he has the power that Canelo has.
No, Rocky against Canelo.
Rocky Fielding, sorry, yeah.
You did way much better.
I did a lot more better, exactly. So people understand that. Look, end of the day, and he's physically a bigger guy than me. But Rocky was the bigger guy in that fight. But look, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Finish, gents.